This morning, I was in a car accident this morning. I'm fine. My brother Stephen was out visiting me.
Alec Baldwin has finally broken his silence after the startling car crash in the Hamptons that involved him and his brother Stephen, a moment that, for all its shock, turned into a surprisingly calm post-accident statement, but one that carries heavy undertones when you know the history. On October 13th, 2025, Alec posted a video to Instagram saying, "I was in a car accident this morning. I'm fine, my brother's fine," describing how a massive garbage truck cut me off and forced me to swerve into what he calls a big fat tree. He apologized for damaging his wife Hilaria's vehicle, but his major emphasis was gratitude that nobody was hurt. That video is now central to how the public is interpreting this incident, and it came with the weight of decades of celebrity drama behind it. The accident occurred in East Hampton, New York, just past noon. Police records show that a white 2023 Range Rover, driven by Alec with Stephen as passenger, struck a tree on the eastbound shoulder of State Route 27 near Pantago Road. The maneuver was reportedly an evasive reaction to a 2020 Mack commercial truck turning or cutting into their path. Authorities cited wet and slippery roadway conditions as contributing factors and noted no injuries or citations were issued. Both brothers walked away physically unharmed, though the SUV's front end was severely damaged. Regardless of the absence of legal consequences, in the court of public perception, nothing about an Alec Baldwin accident is ever just ordinary. In his Instagram message, Alec's tone was weary but candid, the kind of confessional voice that invites empathy while guarding against overblown speculation. He begins, "I just want to post a quick message. I got all these inquiries about my car thing this morning." He recounts that he and Stephen had spent the weekend in Long Island for the Hamptons International Film Festival, where Alec serves on the executive committee. Then came the moment. "A guy cut me off in a truck. Garbage truck the size of a whale." He says he swerved, hit the tree, crushed his wife's car. He says he feels bad about that last part, but what matters is, "I'm fine, my brother's fine." He thanks local police, calling one responding officer a wonderful guy in his remarks. He mentions he is headed to LA to see family, says, "Hilaria, I love you more than anything," and ends on that note of familial devotion. Hilaria Baldwin later posted a response of her own on social media, ensuring their followers that yes, Alec is fine, Stephen is fine, everybody is okay. She emphasized no one was hurt, and that is the most important thing. In her message, you sense the relieved voice of a partner who knows more than she's saying on camera, but whose main goal is to reassure a worried public. Meanwhile, Stephen's team issued a succinct statement. Stephen is doing fine and is grateful no one was injured. He appreciated the concern of fans and confirmed he and Alec are safe. In lighter digital footprints, Stephen even posted Instagram story clips later that day showing himself getting burgers. 2 cheeseburgers with fries and a Coke, some interpreted as a tacit sign of normalcy after adrenaline and shock. From a factual standpoint, the police essentially backed Alec's narrative. East Hampton officials described the Range Rover's collision with the tree as a reaction to the turning action of the garbage truck and confirmed wet and slippery roadway conditions were in play. They specifically stated that there were no injuries and no summonses, and that the accident was recorded as avoidance maneuvering rather than reckless behavior. But this isn't just a dry collision report. To understand why this moment is being dissected in celebrity news cycles, we must rewind the Baldwin timeline. Alec Baldwin is no stranger to public controversy. In 2021, on the set of the film Rust, a live round discharged from a prop firearm he handled, killing cinematographer Helena Hutchins and injuring director Joel Souza. That tragedy sparked lawsuits, public debates about safety protocols, and long, grueling legal battles. Alec was later indicted on involuntary manslaughter charges. The case went to trial in July 2024, but those charges were dismissed with prejudice by the judge, citing unfair withholding of evidence in the case. In short, he walked free, but not from scrutiny. Since then, nearly everything Alec says or does is measured against the memory of that fateful day, especially when safety, vehicles, or weapons are involved. Add to that the fact that his family life is very public. With Hilaria, he has 7 children: Carmen, Rafael, Leonardo, Romeo, Eduardo, Maria Lucia, and Ilaria. Their life together is documented in The Baldwins, a reality series launched earlier in 2025, which explores the aftermath of the Rust tragedy and how the family copes with public and private expectations. So when you hear Alex say, "I feel bad I crushed my wife's car" in that video, it's not just about a vehicle. It echoes vulnerability, responsibility, apology, and a desire to appear human in front of eyes finely tuned to his missteps. That crushing of the vehicle is, in a sense, symbolic. He slammed into the trunk of his celebrity identity again, but claims to walk away intact. Public reaction was swift and varied. Most fans expressed relief that both brothers emerged unscathed and applauded Alec for speaking honestly. Some commentators focused on road safety. Why was a massive commercial vehicle navigating such roads during inclement weather? Was the truck improperly managed? Others viewed this as a softer moment in Alec's public life, which has typically involved fiery statements, prickly interviews, and courtroom drama. A few critics, particularly those who have followed his legal battles, question whether his credibility is strong enough for his version to be accepted unchallenged. Media outlets have compared this crash to previous Baldwin misfortunes, almost as though fate keeps stirring him into scenes of danger, whether by firearm or vehicle. In those narratives, this incident is not random. It's part of a recurring pattern of high-risk incidents around Alec Baldwin. But that reading is speculative. What we can assert is that, for better or worse, the Baldwin brand carries a narrative weight. When he visits danger, people watch. Let's zoom into personal stakes. For Hilaria, this crash is a blow. Her car is damaged, her husband is shaken, the public is watching. She has already faced scrutiny in recent months, including media commentary about her role on Dancing with the Stars, where she was recently eliminated. For Alec, this is another moment of showing care and contrition. He doesn't dwell on blame, but on relief. That middle ground is deliberate, a balancing act between owning what happened and deflecting over interpretation. Stephen, for his part, is less central in public controversies. He has mostly avoided high drama in recent years compared to Alec. His presence in the car adds gravity to the incident. Had he been hurt, the fallout would have magnified. His calm, grateful statement suggests he too understands how quickly catastrophe can redefine narratives. What might we expect next? Investigators will likely get a statement from the truck's driver and from National Waste Services, the company the truck belonged to. They may review the truck's maintenance records, route logs, and driver logs. There may be civil questions. If the truck is found negligent in any way, could a later claim arise? At present, though, police issued no summonses, and the accident is officially closed as non-criminal. Media will also continue to sift through the video's emotional notes. The scratch on Alec's face he gestures to. The tone when he says, "I'm fine." The phrasing, "I feel bad I crushed my wife's car." Each word will be placed under a magnifying glass compared to previous statements he's made in harsher times. Watch for deeper profiles revisiting Rust, the legal saga, and how this crash either softens or hardens public opinion about his accountability. In the coming days, expect a few lines from the waste company, possibly a statement from the truck's driver, and perhaps more from the Baldwin family, maybe a longer joint interview or a longer written post. We may also see increased commentary from film industry voices, safety experts, legal analysts, even critics who see in this crash a metaphor for celebrity fragility. For viewers new to this world, here's what matters. October 13th, 2025 in East Hampton, Alec was driving his wife Hilaria's 2023 Range Rover with his brother Stephen beside him. A large commercial Mack, garbage truck, cut into their path. Hanging on slippery roads, Alec swerved, hit a tree. The car was badly damaged. No one was hurt. Alec apologized publicly, thanked local police, expressed love for his wife, and said he was headed to see his family. Hilaria confirmed everyone is safe. Stephen said he was grateful no injuries occurred. The police affirmed the crash as a reaction to an uninvolved vehicle rather than reckless driving. But this isn't just a dry collision report. It resonates because of Alec's past. The Rust tragedy looms large, the legal battles cast a long shadow, and every misstep offers fodder for narrative critics. But this moment is also a raw human moment. Fear, relief, apology, love, all compressed into a short Instagram video that now lives in digital memory. As the story develops, I'll be watching for 1. Statements from National Waste Services or the truck's driver, 2. Any civil filings or legal responses, 3. Commentary from industry voices who see lessons or warnings here, and 4. Whether the Baldwin family addresses this again in their show or public messaging. For now, the takeaway is simple but powerful. In celebrity life, even when you walk away physically unscathed, the crash can leave cracks in reputation, narrative, trust, and image. Alec Baldwin has tried to frame this moment as one of relief, responsibility, and repair. Only time will tell whether the public buys that version or turns it into a chapter in a longer, more complicated story. Make sure to like, subscribe, and